Hey guys, what's up? It's Preach. First time you guys get to see my lovely face on the YouTube channel here. But I wanted to bring you a video, as you can see by the title, on why I started sniping in World War II. But I've got a few things. We got about 15 minutes here of gameplay. So I've got a few things that I want to cover to lead you to that point. The first thing is I want to tell you why I make videos in the first place. So I go to church with some teenagers who really love to play video games, and they've really gotten into Call of Duty. World War II is most of their first Call of Duty game. A couple of them actually recently just got their PlayStation this past Christmas. And they've been watching videos just like I do on YouTube. They found Allier, they found Exclusive Ace, they found Drifter, they found Scump, they found some of these guys that make lots of videos. The issue that has come up, though, is that a lot of these guys, they watch these videos and there's cussing in the video, whether it be through the music being played, whether it be by the host of the video itself, and they can handle it, but their parents don't appreciate it. They've asked their kids, in several of the cases, for the kids to stop watching the YouTube channels. Well, I don't want these kids to not be able to enjoy watching Call of Duty videos, whether it be to get advice, whether it just be, for entertainment. But it has been the case that a lot of their parents have made them quit watching. So what I decided to do was I wanted to make a channel, a YouTube channel, that I knew would just stay clean, and that's not a shot at any of these guys. I love watching Scump's videos, I love watching Pomage and Sprat, I love watching Drifter and Allier and Exclusive Ace. I don't have an issue with their channels at all, so please do not take it that way. I absolutely love their channels, I watch them daily, I subscribe, I've got notifications turned on to them, I love their channels. But I just wanted to make sure that there was something, sorry about my phone ringing right there, that there was something that these kids could watch and their parents would let them watch. So I decided I wanted to make a channel. Well, that brings me to why Preach. And so since I just talked about church, I'll let you know, when I was 17 years old, and I'm 26 now, when I was 17 in 2009 in July, I was called to preach, and I've preached ever since. So almost 9 years now that I've been preaching God's Word, and I wanted to go with Preach Gaming, because everyone's got a nickname, right? You know, Scump, it's Seth Abner's his real name. I don't know some of these guys' real names. Sprat, simple, he just went with his last name, so it's James Sprat. Pomage the same way, or Pomage, it's Awesome Pomage. They did that. But I wanted to go with something that partially had to do with why I do the channel in the first place, and just described me more than just my name would do. There's lots of Trevors out there, there's lots of Masons out there, and I get that there's lots of preachers out there. But it just seemed to fit, it was a cool name for me to go with, so I decided to go with that. And I jumped on Twitter, and typed it in, and it turned out that Preach Gaming was already a channel. I wanted to double check that, of course, before I went with it. And he's got a bunch of followers. I'm assuming he's got a bunch of followers. They've got quite a few subscribers on YouTube. They've got a pretty good channel going, and I didn't want to interfere with anything they're doing. I didn't want any part of any copyright infringements, anything like that. I hope that their channel is constantly successful. That's fantastic. So I decided to go with my birthday after Preach. I was born September 21st. And so just Preach 0921. There's nothing special about those numbers other than the fact that it's my birthday. So that was kind of the decision-making, the thought process there. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about was my history in Call of Duty before I decided to be a YouTuber, before I decided to have a gaming channel and a gaming page on Twitter. When did I start playing Call of Duty? So it goes all the way back to when I was a freshman in college, and a faculty member at the college on his laptop had one of the Call of Duty games installed. I couldn't even tell you which one it was. And we used his disc and downloaded it to all of our personal computers, and we would get together. There's probably 6 or 8 of us, and we would play Call of Duty together all the time, and it was a blast. We would do it in our spare time. It was a lot of fun. I played a lot of basketball, a lot of football in my spare time then too, but any time that I had a chance and we could get the guys together, it was just what, without internet, we would just, you know, hook up through Wi-Fi and play together there, all in one room. Just link our computers and play, and it was a lot of fun. Then, when I came home from college, because of playing Call of Duty there, on my PlayStation 3, Black Ops 1 came out. And that's after my freshman year of college, and I got Black Ops 1 and started playing. And liked the game, but for some reason, I was just terrible at it. And so what it turns out is, even though I did okay with my buddies, that really none of us were good at the game, and we were only playing each other. We weren't playing online against other competition, and there was just no way we were getting any better. And so I started playing online against people, and it's awful. It's awful. I played this game for a year, and no better than like a .64 KD. And I decided that either I was going to have to quit playing the game or get good at it. It wasn't worth playing if I was going to be terrible. So I looked up on YouTube. I typed in how to be good at Call of Duty. And, I mean, we're talking back in 2011 here. And I learned, through watching YouTube channels, how to, at the time, rush in Black Ops 1. I learned how to move around the map, how to watch my mini-map, not just for enemies, but where my teammates are, how to understand the spawn points. I learned all these things in this game through just watching YouTubers and them explaining it and showing what they do and watching their playstyles. And I didn't play exactly like anybody else, but I took a lot from all the different guys that I watched and added it to my gameplay. And within a couple years, I don't even know that it was that long, probably a year, I had gone from a .64 with thousands of kills all the way up to a 2.49 KD. Now, I know that's not anything amazing to a lot of you, I'm sure, but for me, I was impressed with myself. I thought it was amazing. I was doing great. You know, most of the time, I was winning the lobby that I was in. If not winning, then I was in the top 2 or 3. And along the same time, my buddy Caleb, he got good at the game as well. He was quite a bit better than me, actually. He had a .89 KD when we quit playing together, when I moved back home to where I'm at. When him and I were playing together, I was youth pastoring at a church down in Cincinnati, Ohio, and he lives down in that area. It's his uncle that was the pastor of the church I was at. And I believe it was a .89, maybe a .79, I can't remember now, KD that he had. And so we would play together, and in public matches, we were just absolutely destroying people most of the time. Between the two of us, you know, it was nothing for us to be winning almost every match, you know, 75 to something in the 40s or 50s. Not all the time, of course. Sometimes we get beaten. Occasionally, you know, run into guys that just absolutely shred us. But we felt like we were doing pretty good at the game. And then I moved back home, and cost of living began to get the better of me, and I sold my PlayStation, worked 2 jobs, just didn't have time for it, didn't have the money to do it, and it was a pretty miserable time in my life, and I wasn't having a whole lot of fun. It was just work, pay off bills, pay off debts. Then it was trouble I put myself into. It's no one else's fault. It's not a blame game, and I'm not trying to whine. It's just, it is what it is. That's the situation that it was. And so, quit playing for a while. A couple years later, Advanced Warfare comes out, and I have a PlayStation again, and I've got the time and the money to be able to play. And I buy that game, and I'm expecting to come in and just be excellent at it, like I felt like I was when I left Black Ops. And I was garbage. I was absolutely terrible. It was the most pathetic thing that you've ever seen from someone who thought that they were going to be really good. And it was just trash. Pure trash. And it's not the game's fault, it's my fault. I couldn't adapt to the maps. I couldn't adapt to the advanced movement. I didn't know where to look. I didn't know what was going on. And I didn't want to put the time and effort into it to comprehend it, to understand it, to learn the game again, and to learn how to play Call of Duty with all this going on. And so I gave up. And so my my video game life became nothing but Madden, 2K, any shooters that I played were just campaign mode stuff. It wasn't Call of Duty. FIFA, a lot of FIFA, things like that. That's what I was playing for a long time, and I kind of got to where I wasn't playing video games very much at all anyway. And then, fast forward a couple years, new job where my dad used to work, and it's a great company, a great place, called Course and Fire and Security. I love what I do. I install security alarm systems in places, security camera systems, and I make pretty good money doing something that I really enjoy doing. And I had the time and money to play again, and World War II came out. There's boots on the ground. I heard about it. I was excited about it, and all the guys at work went and bought it the day that it came out. And so I was like, all right, I'll go buy this game. I'll play with them. It'll be awesome. It's back to this boots on the ground. I don't have to worry about that stuff. I can be good at the game again. And I bought it, and I brought it home, and I was garbage again. It was really disappointing. And so I was like, well, you know what? I can get there. And I practiced and practiced, and I played every day, and I got myself up to about a 1.68 KDR, somewhere in that range, between 1.6 and 1.7, and was pretty happy. I was, not where I used to be, but well on my way, doing really well, near a 2.0, and I was happy. Running around with an SMG most of the time, kind of slow rushing, which I feel like this game makes you do a little bit. You can't quite move, which I've learned is due to sprint out times, but you can't quite move around the map as fast as you could back when I played Black Ops. But started doing pretty well, and then I decided to start watching videos again. And so I come across Scump, and I become a huge fan. I become a huge Optic fan. And through being an Optic fan and watching their videos and searching Optic online, I came across Pomage and Sprat and watched their videos, and they were amazing at sniping. So let me tell you about sniping. I would get quick-scoped in Black Ops and when I first started playing World War II, and I would get so angry because I didn't understand it, and I'd watch these kill cams, and these dudes are killing me, and it looks like they're shooting that far behind me. And I was just, why? Is this a glitch in the game? So a Sprat video let me know that it's actually a glitch in the theater mode. And when it looks like they're shooting this far behind you, they were actually dead on you. I don't know why. For some reason, theater mode and kill cam, it does that. It's silly, but I realized these guys were talented, and I wanted to be able to do what they were doing. I don't know why. It seems like my audio's off on this video for some reason. It seems delayed. Or the video seems delayed to the audio. I hope that's not the case when I upload this to YouTube. But if it is, I apologize. Anyway, though, those guys were talented, and I wanted to be able to do what they did. So I started practicing, and I, because of quick-scoping, dropped from that mid 1.6s all the way down to a 0.85, and it was terrible, but I kept grinding, I kept grinding, I kept grinding, I was working at it, and I got myself back up to a 1.09 is about where I'm at right now, but I'm having matches like these three that you guys are seeing, so I'm trending in the right direction. I'm hoping I can get back up to a 2.0 by doing mostly sniping. I'm still having other gameplays where I don't snipe, but I wanted to work on this because to me it's more entertaining videos. And when it comes to these videos for the kids at the church, I wanted something that would be entertaining. Not me necessarily running around the map being an average player. By the way, that guy's kill on me right there. That was awesome. Props to that dude. Anyway, I wanted to snipe. I wanted to have fun with it. And I wanted to understand how good those guys were and the talent that it took. And so I kept watching Sprat videos. I kept watching Pomage videos. I looked at the tips. Sprat gives some fantastic tips. I had never heard the term centering before when it came to this game, and I'm telling you that doesn't only help with sniping, but it helps with regular guns as well. But sniping, man, it is wonderful. Once you learn how to center, you pull that scope up exactly where you want to be already. As Sprat says, most of your work is outside of the scope, and that's something I love. I also love, I hope you guys enjoy this next little kill cam right here showing the collat that I got during this game. But I fell in love with it. I learned how to center. I started learning how to do these things or still work. As Pomage would say, I got to learn to aim higher. But I've loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, like and subscribe, drink a Dr. Pepper, and preach out.